So that's Barb Bookstore is a contact I have over at the University Bookstore. And so you heard it read, it said key 1, options, key 2, close, and that again is reading my left key and right key to tell me what they are. And again, it does that by default whenever I go to a new screen. So I'm going to move down, scroll down to the text window here so I can start typing. Text, alright, and I'm just going to, what I want to type, I'm just going to type hello. And I'm going to need to, I can't type very easily like this, so I'm going to have to turn the phone around. And before I start this, one thing that the Talk software does not allow you to do is whenever you press your numbers, it doesn't tell you what letters correspond with them. And so what I had to do was basically stick my phone under a magnification device that I use, which I'll show you in a future video. The magnification device is called a CCTV, so I had to stick it under there to be able to see what letters were associated with what keys. And when I'm, mobile somewhere or other, obviously I can't see that, and so I have to memorize where all the, what letters correspond with what keys. And so I'm just going to turn this phone around here and sort of show you maybe how I'm typing as well. So I'm just going to type hello. And so sometimes I have to count and go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I to remember where they are, because I still don't have them all down. But so let me type hello. And so you heard it say caps G, caps H. That shows you that it's scrolling to that particular letter. So it types in H in capital letters. So whenever something's capitalized, it'll say caps or cap before the letter. So that's H. I'm going to type E. So I'm E there. L. So it's scrolled to the L. I'm going to see if I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to turn it around so you might be able to see the letters. So that's another L. And then I'm going to type an O. So I've tapped that 3 times and got an O. And now I'm going to type a period, which is 1. Okay, so it said hello dot, in other words, a period. And so now I'm going to try to remember, I can't remember what my little, hotkeys are, so I'm going to figure out what they are again. So I'm just going to close this. I'm not actually going to send it. Barb at the bookstore would think I was weird. So I'm going to hit close. And so basically it just automatically saves the message to drafts. So now I'm going to really quickly go to have this read a text message to me. So yeah, basically this means that anyone who wants to send me a text can send me a text, and I can read it and I can reply to it with this Talk software. So let me go to my, see if I can do this like this. It's hard to operate it. This is different. I usually have the phone toward me. All right, so I'm going to go to the menu. So again, I'm not used to hearing the whole thing because I've memorized a lot of how this, what appears on what screen. So I try to talk before it. So basically, this is my menu, and I'm starting out. The highlighted text is selected, and it read extras. Again, whenever a window comes up, it'll read the highlighted text by default, whatever option is highlighted. So I'm going to go down to messaging. There it is. Hit select. I'm going to go to my inbox.
Select inbox window. SMS 36245 calendar reminder reply on YAH ... 1 of 27. Key 1 options. Key 2 back.
And you notice it read what the starting out text of my first message, which is from Yahoo Reminders, and it also told me in what position the message was in the list. I think it said something like 1 of 42. Now, if I want to just read the highlighted text, I can press another Talks shortcut key, stroke here.
Talks. SMS 36245 calendar reminder reply on YAH ... 1 of 27.
So it told me it's 1 of 27. So I'm going to select this message.
Select. Text message window 1/27 from text 36245. Key 1 options. Key 2 back.
Okay, so it told me who it was from, and then it gave me what hotkeys I have down here at the bottom. And so I'm going to scroll down and it's going to read me the rest of the message if it works properly. So I'm going to go down.
Blank. Calendar reminder reply.yahoo.com open bracket close bracket Friday Bible study 3/12/2010 comma 11 colon 00 a.m. Aurora Nebulosa Bear 10 colon 45 P1 options P2 back.
So it told me what time my Bible study was going to be on Friday in the morning, 11 o'clock, and told me to be down there waiting for my ride at 10:45. So, again, there you go. That's how the text messaging works. So let me get out of here. Exit this out. Back.
Inbox window. SMS 36245 calendar reminder
So I'm back to my previous screen.
1 of 27. P1 options P2 back.
So I'm going to go back again.
Back. Messaging window. Inbox.
And I don't have to wait for the talks to say stuff if I know where things are. So I'm going to go exit.
Menu window. Messaging.
Exit.
Exit. And
Okay.
T window. Outdoor.
Mm.
P1. Camera. P2.
It's rather awkward to have to wait for this thing to read so slowly. And so I'm back to my main wallpaper, my main screen. And I don't know again how well you can necessarily see this because I don't really have a lot of standard to go by. I know I can only see maybe the picture on this right now through this camera. And so basically, again, I'm back to my home screen, and you probably notice on the home screen that, if you can see it, that there are visual elements like there's a clock and there's a battery indicator and all that. And you're probably wondering exactly, you didn't hear those read. I think, let's see, it just reads the date, I believe, and then it reads the hotkeys. Let me show you what it reads on the main screen again.
Talks. And ampersand T window. Outdoor. P1. Camera. P2. Log.
It says an ampersand T window, which is actually AT&T, but it reads it strangely. And then outdoor is my profile setting. So right now I have it up on a really loud ringtone. It's my outdoor profile that I use when I'm outside and I need to hear what's going on. And then it reads my hotkeys, right? And so that's all it reads. It doesn't read by default my battery indicator or my my clock. But there's a solution that Talks has developed for this. There are a set of hotkeys you can use to read your battery indicator and your clock. So I'm going to press my Talks key and the number 9, and that's going to tell me the time and the date. So here we go.
Talks. It is 6:49 p.m. on March 10th, 2010.
6:49 p.m. on March 10th, 2010. And now I'm going to figure out where my battery indicator stands.
Talks. Network 7 bars. AT&T. Battery 7 bars.
So it said my network was 7 bars, my battery was 7 bars. Again, that was the Talks key and the right hotkey. Now there is one limitation to this early version of Talks, and I think it's been fixed in the later versions. But when you're on the phone, and you're talking to someone, you cannot have the phone talk to you. So basically, all I can do when I'm on the phone is talk. I can't do other functions. I can't, I basically lose all the other functionality on this phone. Also, the web browser doesn't play nicely with Talks either. Again, on this very early version, and I understand that that's been fixed in later versions. I'm just a penny pincher, and I haven't gotten a chance to get the later versions of this yet. And there was something else I was going to show you, and I cannot recall what it was. Oh, actually, I was going to tell you something, rather. It's interesting because the Talk software, whenever I got it, came with a training manual, to show you how it works and give you sort of introduction to it. The training manual was in regular print, but it was also, the software also came with a training manual in Braille, as well as one on a computer disk. So I could stick a computer disk in my machine and have my ZoomText software that I've talked about before magnify the manual. So they're, the Talks folks, the Nuance is the company that makes it. They're really great about providing accessible, all the information in an accessible format. But also what's nifty about the Talk software itself is that it comes with some help readings within the software itself, so I can go to the help screen on this phone for the software and read it verbally with my Talk software. Or I also have a mode on the Talk software that I can put it into that when I press all of my keys, it tells me what they are. And it tells me, when I press the Talk shortcut keys, it tells me what they do, right? And so in order to get the training, what's called the training mode up that I just described, I hit the talks key, which is right there, and the number 0. So, and I'm going to show you how the training mode works.